Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Dan Chadney, and today I want to share with you 5 tips for getting started in online business and things that just I think will help you a lot as you're getting started. Okay, so maybe you're just getting started and you might be feeling a bit frustrated or overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that you got to know, all the information that's out there, and I just want to give you a couple tips to help you with that. Whether you're starting a blog, starting a YouTube channel, or an Instagram, everyone starts out the same, and that's with 0 subscribers or followers or 0 audience. So what do you do when you're first starting out? The biggest factor is basically just starting. And believe it or not, so many people just get caught on that one hang-up, like everything's got to be perfect and it's got to be just the way that you imagined it before you actually pull the trigger and start publishing your content. And I got to tell you, you just got to get started. That's what I'm doing right now, and it makes all the difference. Just in a few videos, I feel more comfortable. I feel like I'm actually achieving my goals, and it just took a couple of steps of being brave and getting out there and getting started. Sometimes we place expectations on ourselves to achieve a higher standard than we actually need to. The reality is, if you're pushing out content on particular topics, people are going to want to hear from you at some point. The more that you do that, the higher that likelihood gets that people will see what you're creating and start to look to you as an expert because you are sharing this information that they do not have yet. And in most cases, you'll be better at sharing that information than the experts in the field because you're right in the middle of it. The experts may have learned that stuff 10 years ago, but what they're learning right now, what you're learning right now, is actually what's most relevant to the people that are in the same spot as you. What you have to understand is that you have value to give to other people. And no matter what anyone else is doing, even if there's people out there doing the exact same thing as you, what you're creating is unique to you because it's you doing it. And if you're doing it in your own way because you're unique, then the world wants to hear that. They want to hear from you. They're waiting for it. When you first start creating, you may not produce the best content because you're just learning, you're getting started, but that's okay. The more you do it, the better you'll get. And as you develop new skills, you'll be able to share those skills with the world while building your audience at the same time. It's a genius plan. You get to learn and build your audience and build your authority in that niche all at the same time. The second tip is don't get caught in the details. This is something that I frequently have to pull myself back and check that I'm not doing this, but getting caught up in all the details. There's so much stuff that you could do in a variety of ways, but what you have to focus on is just creating that content. That's the thing that's going to be the cornerstone of your online business. I would encourage you to focus on the skills and the knowledge that you need to start making money as a first priority, and then after that you can always go back and fill in the blanks. Just don't get caught up in focusing on the small details that take up loads of time, and then they don't really need to be done right now. They can wait, and that's a difficult thing to achieve. But I'd encourage you to just take a minute, write down the top priorities, and focus on those things for 3 to 6 months. If you're working on too many things, like trying to set up your website and set up your YouTube channel and your Instagram and your Facebook groups and Pinterest, it's too much, and you gotta focus on just like one social media channel. For instance, if you're starting a blog, don't get caught up too much in the design of the blog. The primary goal is to get content up there, because that ultimately, it takes time for Google to recognize that your blog is there, that the content is relevant to people searching for that. So the primary goal is really to get that content up. Logos and design can come later. If you're doing this on your own, I recommend that you also focus on things that provide the most value if you're looking at a particular topic in your niche, then I recommend what you focus on is creating the best possible resource for that topic. And as you do that more and more, you'll find that you'll become an authority on that topic, because you're focusing on becoming the best. It's not just about pumping out content, it's about bringing quality as well and value to your audience. Once you've established a good amount of content, then you can go back and establish your brand, your logo, your look and feel. All that can come after you've started that momentum with Google and with whatever platforms that you've chosen. Third point, I'm really going to nail this home: create more content. The biggest factor to an online business success is good quality content that provides good value for your audience. Content is the king of the internet, and you'll need to create a lot of content to get where you want to go. And it really helps to establish yourself as an authority in your niche. If you've created a lot of really good quality content, you really can't go wrong with it. It will gain the respect and trust of your audience and ultimately gain you loyal customers. Tip number 4 is build an email list. So speaking of building loyal customers, no matter what business you're in, it's always the best decision to really focus on growing your email list. If you built a successful YouTube channel or an Instagram, what would happen if the algorithm changed, or if suddenly those businesses went away, they went out of business? Where would that leave your business? Basically, without a list of your customers some way of contacting them, you'd be left with nothing. And I've actually heard of lots of platforms changing their algorithms and people losing out on traffic, major traffic that they relied on for their business. If you're building a real business and you want real customers, then you need a solid way of keeping in contact with those customers, and email provides that. It's the only thing that we have right now that provides that ongoing long-term potential to keep in touch with your customers. My last tip is simply to just be patient. Building a business online takes time. It takes time to build an audience. It takes time to grow your content and your authority online, to gain the trust of your customers. Expect this to be a long-term thing, but it's a long-term thing with high amount of success rate and a high amount of potential for you to live the lifestyle that you want. So this is actually when a lot of people just give up and quit, was when they've put in a lot of work, they're hustling, they're making the content, and they're not getting the views or the subscribers or the followers. But what you have to keep in mind with Google and other platforms online is that there's a long road of really sort of slow growth. And then with everyone that's been successful, there's always a point where that growth starts to quickly accelerate. And it's that long growth period that takes most people out, and it becomes a difficult thing to sustain and to basically keep in the game. And if you can push past this period and sustain it without getting burnt out, keep producing that content, keep being consistent, you will see the growth, but it may take time, it may take longer than you think it will. But as long as you're investing in yourself, you're investing in learning and growing and constantly improving what you do, you will get there. I just want to encourage you in that. You will get there and you will see that growth. Everything that you dream your business could be can become a reality. It's really a matter of just staying strong and putting people around you that can encourage you in that process, in that journey, and just to keep going. So I want to encourage you, keep going, keep producing, keep being creative, and enjoy the ride, guys.